Hey everyone, Ben the Bar Guy back with another video to help you make better drinks. This is another video in our playlist, How To the Classic Cocktails, only this time I'm gonna throw a modern classic at you. The Infante Cocktail, an excellent drink that has some unique flavors. And I'm working from home today. The next few videos are really gonna be about being at home, how you can do things outside of a bar, at your own home, and really kill it. So if you wanna make better drinks, let's get to it. All right guys, Ben the Bar Guy back with another video to help you make better drinks. Today is another video in our Cocktail Classics How-To series on how to make the classics. Previously, we've made a lot of old school, very old classics like the old fashioned, the oldest of old cocktails, the daiquiri, the Manhattan, the martini. Well, this time we're gonna make a cocktail that's a little more of a modern classic. It is a cocktail called the Infante. Giuseppe Gonzalez in New York, the inventor of many good drinks, including the Jungle Bird. If you've never had one of my favorite drinks. The guy's a genius. He also came up with the Trinidad Sour. This is another one of his great inventions. He worked in a lot of the same line of bars under Sasha Petraske. He came up with this cocktail at Dutch Kills in New York in 2009. The cocktail consists of an Orgeat, which is almond liqueur. I think this is one of the staples of a bar. Every bar should have it at home. It's just an easy thing to really switch up flavors. And if someone's getting bored with your same daiquiris, trust me, I make way too many daiquiris for people who come over. You can quick switch to this, and you can even switch spirits. Today we're using tequila for this cocktail, which I don't believe I've used in any of my videos up till now. We're gonna use a Jose Cuervo Especial. If you can, you wanna make sure you're using a silver tequila. Tequila is very strict with their labeling laws, and what we really want is a 100% agave. What we don't wanna use is a mixto. Ideally, we would want our proof to be a touch higher for cocktails, but in this drink, it's gonna be all right. We don't shake a whole lot of water into this. It's gonna work out just fine. We're using Jose Cuervo today in conjunction with the Soil and Water Conservation Society in DC, who are friends of mine. I did a video, How To a Buck. I'll link it up here. They go out and they find me some products that work with the environment, the soil and the water. And in this case, Jose Cuervo has an agave project in which they are reusing agave, which I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen agave, but it is fibrous-y. It's like a big pineapple that comes out of the ground and you axe it apart, but it is so fibrous. They're taking agave waste that comes out of their still to make straws to replace plastic straws. Be a little better for the soil and the water and the wildlife habitat. If you wanna check out the Agave project, I'll link it down below. Those are the products we're gonna use today to make the Infante, along with a little orange flower water and a little nutmeg. So let's begin. First thing we're gonna need, it's lime. So I cut limes into these little alien eggs. I only cut one side off, and then I'll make a little garnish with the side that I cut off. We're gonna juice. Now when we use lime juice with simple syrup, a scant 1 ounce. But in the case of using lime with something like Orgeat, we don't necessarily need to use a scant 1 ounce. That is what the recipe calls for in some places. But if you wanna use just a touch less, I wouldn't blame you. Maybe just tiny bubbled 3/4 of an ounce, or maybe just right on 3/4 of an ounce. It's gonna depend on how sweet you want the cocktail. So I'm gonna use bubbled 3/4, meaning just over 3/4 of an ounce. I'm gonna put 3/4 of an ounce of Orgeat. This is Gifford's. I find that this works just great. It did very good in blind taste tests that we did with homemade Orgeat, Gifford's, a couple other brands. Now, if you want to continue making your own Orgeat, hey, have at it, okay? But it is a little bit of work. It's a bit of a process. 100% white agave tequila, 2 ounces, okay? 2 ounces. Now, the recipe does call in some places for a little bit of orange flower water. If you add just a couple drops of orange flower water, it goes a long way. Orange flower water and rose water are often in the grocery store, sometimes in the international aisle. They're super powerful aromatic, just gives a little life to the cocktail. Some recipes I've seen don't have it at all. You also could use orange bitters if you were in a pinch, didn't have orange flower water. It's not the same cocktail, definitely different. But if you want to sub a little orange bitters, try that. Lots of options with the Infante. It's a very simple drink. Now that we've gotten everything measured, now we get out the cold items. We have our big rocks glass. This has more liquid in it than your typical stir drink or old fashioned, so you might want to use a big double rocks glass. You should bust out your molded ice, one to shake with and one to strain over. One thing you need to think about when you're making drinks down on the rock in a rocks glass You don't need as much water. This ice cube is gonna be melting over time, adding water. And when a guest orders a drink that's down on the rock, we should assume that they understand that they wanna control a little bit of the dilution in the drink. So we don't want to overshake too much water because we can't go back. Let the ice cube help you. So we're gonna shake about a 1/2 ounce to 3/4 of an ounce of water in here. Depending on the ice you're shaking with, that can be any number of shakes. This cube, really, I just want to shake for a little while, but I'm gonna get a little longer than you will with your ice coming out of the freezer at home. You don't wanna shake very long at all, but I do wanna shake hard, and I wanna shake hard enough to really get that froth on it. You really want texture. I don't shake too long here. Out of the cocktail tin as soon as possible, okay? Oh, that looks good. I'm gonna put a little lime wheel on the glass. I'm gonna stick the straw, obviously metal. I use metal at home, guys. And that increases the cold temperature on the lips. Really like that effect. So I recommend using that all the time. Okay, the last really nice touch to a great Infante is just a little bit of nutmeg on top for that nice nose, that hazelnutty nose. Nutmeg is great on so many cocktails, but the Orgeat and the nutmeg play really well together. I think this is what makes the drink what it is. The Infante Cocktail, everybody. This is a good one. Oh, that's a great drink. Have a good one. To better drinks, Nux, beer mug, daiquiri. Later.